Louis the Pious was the son of Emperor Charlemagne and his wife, Hildegard. He was born in Aquitaine and was prepared for rule from an early age. In 813, his father crowned him emperor, and after Charlemagne's death in 814, he inherited the Frankish Empire. Louis the Pious ruled for a long time, striving to strengthen Christian values and reform the state. He implemented church reforms, encouraged monasticism, and supported science. However, his division of the empire among his sons led to internal conflicts. Despite challenges, he sought to maintain order and preserve the empire's unity, but internal contradictions continued to deepen. His policies contributed to the development of medieval Europe, laying the foundation for future transformations. Irene di Spilimbergo was an Italian noblewoman and talented Renaissance painter. She was born into a noble family in Friuli and showed an interest in painting from an early age. In 1556, she went to Venice to study under Titian, one of the greatest masters of the time. Although her life was short, she left a mark on the history of art. Titian greatly appreciated her talent, and her works attracted the attention of her contemporaries. After her death, friends and admirers published a collection of poems dedicated to her memory, testifying to her influence. Her dedication to art and her talent made her one of the most famous female painters of the Renaissance, despite her early passing. Mathurin Ernier was a French poet and satirist of the Baroque era. He was born into a civil servant's family and received a good education. He was inspired by classical authors and the works of Ronsard. In 1605, he entered the service of Cardinal Joyeux, which allowed him to travel and become acquainted with literary circles in Paris. Ernier became famous for his satirical works, in which he sharply and wittily criticized the vices of society. His poetry was distinguished by its vivid language and realism. Despite his mocking tone, he had a deep understanding of human nature. His work influenced French literature, and his satire foreshadowed the style of La Fontaine and Boileau. Eleonore of Neuburg was a Bavarian princess, the daughter of Elector Philip William and Elizabeth Amalia of Hesse-Darmstadt. She grew up at court and received a good education, including foreign languages and the arts. In 1679, she married Emperor Leopold I, becoming Empress of the Holy Roman Empire. As Empress, Eleonore played a significant role in politics and patronized the arts. She supported the Catholic Church and engaged in charity. Intelligent and diplomatic, she helped strengthen the Habsburgs' dynastic ties. Her reign influenced European politics, and her cultural legacy remained a part of the Austrian court. Eric of Pomerania was the king of the Kalmar Union, ruling Denmark, Sweden, and Norway. Born into a ducal family in Pomerania, he was adopted by Queen Margaret I in 1389. He received a comprehensive education and was groomed for rulership. In 1397, he was officially crowned as the King of the Three Kingdoms, becoming a symbol of a united Scandinavia. Eric's reign was marked by conflicts with the nobility and wars with the Hanseatic League. In 1439, he was deposed and retreated to Gotland, later returning to Pomerania. There, he focused on governing his lands and maritime trade. Despite losing his throne, his reign left a mark on Scandinavian history as an era of early attempts to create a unified northern kingdom. Elizabeth of Valois was a French princess, daughter of King Henry II and Catherine de' Medici. She was raised at court, where she studied art, literature, and foreign languages. In 1559, as part of a peace treaty, she was married to King Philip II of Spain, becoming Queen of Spain. Her union strengthened relations between France and Spain, marking an important step in European diplomacy. Elizabeth quickly adapted to the Spanish court, earning the respect of the king and his subjects with her kindness. She supported the arts, took an interest in politics, and sought to mediate between Spain and France. Despite complex court intrigues, she remained a devoted wife and a wise queen. Her life was cut short at a young age, but her influence endured in history as a symbol of diplomatic alliance. Sir Henry Lee was an English courtier, soldier, and diplomat. Born into a noble family, he received an education befitting his status. He became famous as a knight and a loyal servant of Queen Elizabeth I. In 1559, he was appointed the Queen's champion, leading tournaments and ceremonies as a symbol of devotion to the monarchy. As the Queen's champion, Lee organized annual ceremonial jousts. In 1590, he voluntarily resigned, passing the title to his successor. After his service, he retired to his estate, dedicating himself to patronage and literature. His name remains in history as a symbol of chivalric loyalty and devotion to the English crown. Christina Jill Unstierna was a Swedish noblewoman, wife of Sten Sture the Younger. She was born into a noble family and received an upbringing befitting her status. She married in 1511, becoming an influential figure in Swedish politics. After her husband's death in 1520, she found herself at the center of the struggle for the country's independence. She led the defense of Stockholm against King Christian II's army. After the city's fall in 1520, she was arrested but avoided execution. Later, she became a symbol of resistance against Danish rule. She eventually took part in restoring Gustav Vasa's power, playing a key role in the formation of an independent Swedish kingdom.